it was bound to happen sooner than later. Federal lawmakers were not going to take lightly the letter from President Goodluck Jonathan, where he subtly criticized the National Assembly for not making appropriations to the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC. Federal lawmakers in the House of Representatives brought up the issue in a motion which noted what they say is a persistent, blatant disregard of the resolutions of the House by the Executive. Moving the motion, Representative Garba Dati said the President has not implemented the resolution calling for the removal of the Director General of the Securities and Exchange Commission, Ms. Aruma Ote.
The House observes that the motion urging the removal of Ms. Aruma Ote, for instance, hinged on the fact that her appointment as Director General of the Securities and Exchange Commission was a gross violation of the acts of the Commission Act, as she does not possess the minimum professional qualification prescribed for appointment to that position.
Reps Minority Leader said the disregard of National Assembly resolutions was demonstrated in the letter from President Goodluck Jonathan to the National Assembly, where he tackled the National Assembly over its resolution on zero allocation to SEC during the consideration of the 2013 budget proposal.
I believe the advisors of Mr. President, particularly the Attorney General, should draw his attention to Section 21 of the Fiscal Responsibility Act. Mr. Speaker, the President also stated that we as a House, the effect of what we did was to shut down the operations of SEC. Well, I say no, sir. What has shut down the operations of SEC today, Mr. President, is your refusal to obey the resolution of the House.
The House of Representatives insisted that President Goodluck Jonathan implement the resolution of the House by removing the Director General of SEC, Ms. Aruma Ote. The House also directed the House Committee on Legislative Compliance to monitor and ensure that the resolution is implemented by the Executive. Linda Akibe, Channels Television News.
Well, there you have that. Mr. Zico B. joins us now. He's a capital market operator and a lawyer. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you very much.
For this, again, the team seem to be taking it one step further from the last time you came. And now they're citing all sorts of shadows, Fiscal Responsibility Act, resolutions of the National Assembly. It just keeps going on. Where do you see all this headed, by the way? You think they're on the right for this one?
Honestly, I'm surprised that this matter keeps cropping up. One thing people don't understand is that these kind of resolutions cause a lot of damage to the capital market. A station where the capital market efforts have been made to rebuild this market that virtually collapsed a few years ago. We get a new DG who is very, very competent and very qualified. And then suddenly we have these resolutions coming and going and never seem to end. It creates a lot of problem, in the market. It creates some uncertainty. Even gives impression to foreigners that we are not very serious in what we do. I'm surprised anybody's talking about Aruma Ote's qualification.
Why are you surprised?
Because the basis for the House of Reps resolution is that she does not have the requisite experience or qualification. I beg to disagree completely. The section that deals with the qualification, which is the ISA section 32A, talks about the DG having been a university graduate and having at least 15 years cognate experience. The word cognate means related experience in capital market operations. Section 315 that defines a capital market operator, which the House of Reps has relied on.
That's the Fiscal Responsibility Act?
No, of the Investment and Securities Act.
Okay.
Which they have relied upon to determine her qualification, applies to a capital market operator. I am a capital market operator, those who perform specialized services in the market. It does not relate to the regulators or those who are in SEC. They are regulators, not operators. So I do not understand why that particular clause should